Hi there. I hope you are having a great day. My name is Pablo Bernabe, and today I want to show you what I did for my final project, the BUS115 class. And for my project, I worked together or in partnership with my wife. She owns or she's building up her own business. It's a home baked cheesecake business, and it is called the Happy Slide. So I borrowed the logo to include it here in my document. And now I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to start for the general data uh, tab. And what you're going to see here is the ingredients that she gave me. All right. And I decided to assign just a part number or an ingredient number, something you can use. And I just assigned 1001, 1000-1001, just for the purpose that I can replace the first four digits on this column in here. As you can see, I'm using the replace function. I'm going to replace on A2, which is the old text. I'm going to start on the digit number one. I'm going to replace four digits with a new text that is referenced on V2. And V2 happens to be the four last digits of my pathway ID number. That was a requirement on the project, so that's why I wanted to show you that. Now let's go ahead and see the ingredients in here. This is the cost of each package as she buys it. Let's say the eggs cost $1.07 and it comes with 12 pieces. In this case, I used a conversion factor. One piece equals one piece, just to make sure that I can use quantities and units on my formulas. I'm going to show you a little bit more later on. Let me see another example in here. Heavy whipping cream. It costs $1.67. Comes in a 16 fluid ounces container. This is the conversion factor. It says 8 fluid ounces. It's equal to 1 cup. Making that calculation, I see that deposit, that container, comes with 2 cups. I made this in cups and pieces because it's easier for me to actually set a cost in here per cup. Let's say sour cream. I am taking the cost divided by the quantity we used, and it's going to return the cost per cup. And because there are 16 tablespoons per cup, I divided this cell by 16 to give me the cost. And because there are 3 teaspoons in each tablespoon, I divided this cell by 3. So I can see the actual cost per tablespoon, per teaspoon, tablespoon, cup, and piece. And in this case, there are ingredients that are not being used by pieces, so you will see a 0. In the case of the eggs, you will see the price by piece as well. Next column shows the store where she buys that specific ingredient, and I assigned a store ID number. Let's say Aldi's store ID is number 1, Walmart number 2, Costco number 3, 99 cents it's number 4, just for the purpose of having some options to format in this pivot table, which is a shopping list, and I had the opportunity to see the actual name of the store instead of the number of the store. Okay, let me go back to this tab in here. I built some lists that I'm gonna show you in a bit why I built them. The next column is the labor rate, $20 per hour, And of course, the last column shows the 4 last digits of my pathway ID. Show you what I did for her. This is a dashboard, and this dashboard is going to be used to take orders over the phone. Let's say that someone calls and wants to place an order for a cheesecake with the different options that my wife has. So instead of my wife just take a paper and start writing down and take the calculator and find out the price, this is going to make the job so much easier. I typed the headers in here. Let's say this is going to take care of the crust, the batter, frostings, and the lists that I built in here. I'm using them to have these drop down menus in here. Let's say that customer calls and asks for a cheesecake with original crust. Then I'm gonna be able to see the ingredients, quantity, units, and price of the original crust. It's basically a recipe, and the customer wants a batter of cookies and cream. Now it's going to show me the ingredients for that item as well. The frosting, she wanted whipped cream. Okay, now we have this data here. The sauce, well, she decides to not add any sauce, so it's not going to show me any ingredient, any data. And finally, topping, she wants a 3 berries topping. So it's going to show me strawberries, how many pieces, blueberries, how many cups, raspberries, how many pieces for that cheesecake specific. Now the tables are going to sum the cost of the ingredients, right? It's going to sum the labor portion, in this case 10 minutes. 10 minutes divided by 60 times general data U2, it's the $20 that I showed you a little bit earlier. And it's going to give me a subtotal in here for each of the processes that she's going to do. Now to that sum, we're going to add $3.50 for assemble and $3 for packaging, which is the actual box and um, everything she uses to make it look prettier on. And it's going to return a total price here. The total price I use for the total price I use this ceiling function, which is going to give me these sums in here, as I explained a little bit earlier. It's going to sum those subtotals, but it's hidden. I just formatted so the customer is not going to be able to see it, or my client in this case. And I use this cell with the ceiling formula or function to change the number or the or the total to the next to round up that value to the next $5 multiplier. Let's say that this cost is $31.50. It's going to round it to 35. So that way we can standardize the prices instead of having a bunch of different prices with cents. It's going to be so difficult uh, to make that transaction with the customer, especially because she doesn't have any uh, uh, building or local where she can have some cash and things that she needs. Okay, I'm going to explain a little bit about the formulas I used, how I was able to show the different ingredients in here as you select the type of crust, batter, frosting, sauce, toppings. Well, it's basically the same functions. I'm going to explain it here in the crust. For the ingredient, I used an H lookup. I used an H lookup function. And why did I use an H lookup instead of a V lookup? Because the array is on a horizontal pattern instead of a vertical pattern. So I use this function, and it's going to look up for that value that you already choose from the drop-down menu. You can see this function. It's going to look up for that text on the table, which is located on Data Recipes tab over here. So it's going to find the original crust in this case, and it's going to return the row, and the row it's going to be the one right below original false argument, so it's going to return an exact quantity. For the quantity, I use an index function, which is going to look up on that array that I call recipes table. It's going to find uh, this row number in here, which is B7 plus 1. Why B7 plus 1? Because you cannot see anything here, but on B7 there's a 1, on B8 there's a 2, a 3, a 4. This is the number of the ingredient. It's for this purpose in here. Once the formula goes to the table, finds the original crust, it's going to show me, if I put the number 1, it's going to show me which is on located on row number 1. So that's why I sum and I added a 1, so it can return the number 2 row. Okay. Then for the column number, it's going to use a match function. What's going to match? It's going to match, again, the original crust and a lookup array, which is called process, with an exact find. Okay, and to that function, I added a column reference. That column reference it's just a 1. Why did I do that? Because, again, if I use this function without that uh, item in here, it's going to return as Graham cookies as well. So I used the column reference added to the formula, so it returns the next column. The units is going to do the same. It's going to return the next one. And for the price, I used a VLOOKUP function, and it's going to look up for that ingredient. It's going to look it on the general data table. Right. It's going to find out the ingredient, and then it's going to find that table array. Okay, on the column index. The column index is going to find out which is the unit in here, either cup, tablespoon, teaspoons, or pieces. So it's going to find out the ingredient. It's going to jump onto the column reference to piece, cup, tablespoons, or teaspoons, and it's going to show or display the text or the number, the cost on that cell. That's how this table is working. So that's what I did basically. I did a shopping list for her as well. I used this pivot table with 2 slicers. And let's say that she wants to go to the Aldi store. She clicks on the Aldi store and she knows exactly what items or ingredients she's going to find out of that store. Same with the ingredients. If she wants to, she knows that she's missing some aluminum foil, baking soda, and brown sugar. She knows exactly to what store to go to. So this is basically what I did. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have some interest on my project, and I will be glad to hear some feedback from you. Thank you so much. You have a great day. If you have any question, please send me an email, and I'll respond as quick as possible. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. And again, this has been a great semester for me. Thank you so much. See you later.